Focus on your big goals, but enjoy the ride. Enjoy those little things, because before you know it, life passes you by, and you wish you had more time. You wish you spent more time appreciating those things.
I mean, getting the emotion that I wanted, getting the family story to be as emotional as possible, to be as real as possible, was challenging. Working with this incredibly talented actors who I was at first intimidated by. I mean, it's my first time as a director, and that's the thing I was probably least familiar with. I mean, as an editor, I kind of know where the camera should be. I know how to get coverage. I know all the things technically, but like speaking to actors and getting the performances that I needed and making sure that they were, we were all on the same team was a challenge. But the cast was so generous with me. I mean, and they brought so much to it themselves. They really, after a couple of days, I got over that. And the first day I walked into the Galen Center at USC where we shot the big arena stuff, I thought, how silly of them to let me do this. I mean, but we were well prepared and it went really great. But it was a challenge to make sure that the wrestling was authentic, that it felt like I wanted the wrestling community to be proud of the film. I really felt an obligation to get it right, and hopefully we did. I think we had a lot of cooperation from the whole community. People, like everybody in it is real coaches, real wrestlers, real referees. It made it authentic and it made it easier. I had this gentleman named Brian Stith, who was Anthony's assistant coach at ASU. All 4 years he was there. He and Anthony were on set all the time. Brian was our wrestling coordinator. They choreographed the wrestling. So anytime I had a question, and it was a lot, if I had $1 for every time I said, "Where's Brian?" or "Where's Anthony?" I would be a very rich man. So luckily I had them, and every time I did anything, I would say, "Is this how it really happened? Is this how it really happened?" And then I had the Robles family for the other stuff. Like Judy was there all the time. In fact, the time where she goes after the woman in the stands in the final match, that really happened. Judy was sitting right off the camera, where the camera was, and after we did the take, I looked at her and gave her a thumbs up, and she said, "Exactly." So I knew I had it right. It was just nice to have the real people there.
I was extremely nervous, just because my story, there's a lot of delicate parts. It's not all good times. There were some painful moments that we went through as a family, and so as a family we had to sit down and discuss it, and make sure that we were comfortable with telling everything, because I think it had to be true. And I'm just blessed to have a brilliant director who told our story in a way that would make us proud, but he was also very just respectful of how we told it. He told us throughout the whole process, if there are things that you're uncomfortable with as a family, if there are things that we're not really getting right, let us know. And they're true to their word. He was true to his word on that. So to have the finished product be something we're proud of and something we're comfortable with as a family, that's very special. I would tell my younger self, take it one day at a time. Remember to count your blessings and count your small victories. I think as human beings, we set a big goal for ourselves, which is great, but we're just so focused on that we miss the little things along the way, and we forget to celebrate the little things along the way. Just getting through the day, just having those blessings, those opportunities is something to smile about and cherish. And so that's what I would tell myself. Focus on your big goals, but enjoy the ride. Enjoy those little things, because before you know it, life passes you by, and you wish you had more time. You wish you spent more time appreciating those things. I believe now is the perfect time. There is so much going on, and especially for young kids growing up, with social media, that's a whole new different kind of pressure that they're dealing with. But I believe this message, it applies to everybody, because we all do wrestle with a challenge. It can be unique, it can be different, but everyone has something. And the key thing, the message that I want people to take away from Unstoppable is, don't ever let your challenge become your excuse to give up, to fail. My mom, she always focused on what I was capable of, and that's why I'm here today. And so that's what I tell people: walk away, focus on what you're capable of. Build on that every single day of your life. Absolutely will be showing this movie to my son when it's time, and that's something I'm very much looking forward to. He's 2 years old right now, but to one day be able to sit there with him, like, yeah, your dad was a part of that. Yeah, and the cool thing is that I don't have to say, well, that's not really how your grandma was. That's not really how I was. I can say, yeah, that's how it was. That's how everybody was. That's special to have the truth behind it. So I can't wait.
The physical aspect of it all, learning how to wrestle and wrestle like Anthony on the ground, and then the crutches, that was, man, I have calluses under my arms and just sore in different places of my body. Yeah, this is definitely the most physically grueling project I've done, for sure, but happy to have come out the other side a whole different person too, mentally especially. I still would love to be live Miles Morales, Come on now. I got the chance to play the animated voice of him in Spider-Verse. I play Miles 42, and so Yeah, real life Miles would be a dream. But aside from that, just work that continues to push my own boundary and challenge me. And maybe Denzel's son in something sometime at some point in life.